computer. Okay. So when I was a brand new coach, what happened, my story, I've been a coach 7 years. Hi guys, I'm Missy. I'm super pregnant, by the way. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so done. Anyway, but I had had my fourth baby. I did Insanity. I lost all my baby weight, and then I signed up as a coach. And right after I signed up as a coach, I had done Insanity, which is Shanti. I'm sure most of you are familiar with Shanti. I had done Insanity. So I had told everybody about that program. I started my first challenge group. I don't even think most of the people in my first challenge group bought anything. I honestly think that they were all using programs they already had. And that was okay with me. Because as a new coach, I always say, like, doing something is better than doing nothing. Like, just if you have a Beachbody story, like taking that and grabbing hold of it and saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like a little uneasy. I don't know quite how this is going to work, but just start. Because the truth is if there was ever a naive coach, oh, sorry, I don't know who's calling me. I'm going to turn my phone off. If there was ever like a naive and social media dumb coach, that was me. I mean, 7 years ago, Facebook was new, you know, it wasn't like this big thing. Instagram wasn't a big thing. I literally like just knew how to use email. Like, I was so uncomfortable with social media. So, but what I did was I just reached out to the people I knew and I said, and all the people were asking me how I lost my baby weight. And I said, dude, I did Insanity. I'm going to coach. Just come and we'll hold each other accountable. That is all I did in the challenge group. And like, there weren't like special posts I did. I literally just like got in there every day and posted something and held them accountable. And that was how I started as a coach. So I was a registered nurse at the time. My husband was in graduate school, so we had 4 babies. My oldest was 7, and we were in graduate school, and I was working part-time as a nurse. And I looked at my salary, and I said, okay, how much do I have to make to quit? And we were doing a launch. Okay, so the program T25 was coming out, and I had just finished Insanity, which was an hour long. If you've ever done those workouts, they're like 45 minutes to an hour of straight up cardio hell. I mean, it's like so hard. So I was so excited about T25 because I felt like it was a lot more approachable for people. And so I looked at my salary and I told my husband, he had like 0 time off with graduate school, and we wanted to take our kids on this trip to Oregon. We lived in Utah at the time. And I said, if I can make $1,000 by this date when we leave, can I quit? So that's what I did. Is they launched T25, and I think I sold 14 challenge packs that month, and I made $1,000. I actually made $996. And I looked at my husband and I'm like, I quit. And I quit my job. Like, it was crazy. Like, because I just was like, I can do this. And I was the dumbest of all dumb. Like, I just had no clue what I was doing. So if that encourages anyone to just jump in and try, especially right now, this is a perfect time with the launch of MM100. It's a perfect time to just say, I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to try this, and I'm going to see what happens. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to flow perfectly. Like, just go for it. And that's all I did. And then I just learned as I went. Granted, like, we are going to do a lot of things as a team for this launch, which will make it a little bit easier. I was telling Amber earlier, we're going to do an information group. So as coaches, we can buy the MM100 challenge pack and have access to the first 10 videos on the second. So we're going to do a 10-day challenge as a team. If you do that challenge, you can win the Lululemon gift card if you care about Lululemon. So we're going to do that. And then during that 10-day window, it's before we can even sell it, which is kind of cool because we can do it on social media, show clips of our workouts, talk about it, and get people excited. So while we're in that 10-day period, we're going to be adding people who are interested into what we call, it's like a launch pad. It's a holding group where we can add information on Facebook, add our people in there, add information about the program, And then on the day that it launches, we can go into that group, and who's ever interested say, okay, the launch is live. Here are your pack options, tag your coach, and then buy. So then when they buy, then we'll take those people and put them into a group on Facebook that's a challenge group. Or we can do it on the app too. But if we get a huge group, it's a little bit easier to manage on Facebook, I think. But and then we'll just stick with that group for 100 days. And the cool thing about that is if we want to, this program is the longest program Beachbody's ever done. It's pretty cool. So we can decide what we want to do with that group if we want to continually add to it. Like people who start in a second wave, like 30 days in, like I'm having a baby, so I can't even start it till, September. So we can continually add people in there, and they can just say, I'm on day 25, I'm on day 60, whatever, and it won't matter, but everybody be doing the same thing. So there's a lot of power in like FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. It's what I call creating natural urgency in your business. So it's like when you create a deadline for people, it pushes them. I don't like to use the word push, but it encourages them to jump, even if they're unsure. It encourages them to be like, well, they're doing it, so I'm going to do it. Even peer pressure works even for adults, guys. It totally works. Okay, so real quick though, this launch is a perfect time to build your business. Absolutely perfect timing, but you have to decide that you're going to do it yourself. So Beachbody has 4 vital behaviors, which I'm just going to brush over, that kind of sort of get your mind of like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing in this business as a new coach? So the first one is be proof the product works. So this business doesn't work unless you're actually using some sort of Beachbody product and talking about it, right? Because people aren't just going to fall in your lap. You have to actually decide that you're using Beachbody for some part of your fitness journey, whether that's Shakeology, which I think fits everyone's fitness journey, whether that's the performance line. The performance line is amazing. It was basically formulated for the highest of all athletes. The Ironman competitors use it. It is completely one of the only supplement lines that is approved for that type of competition level. Professional athletes can use it. I mean, it's legit amazing. If you haven't tried the pre-workout, I've tried a lot of pre-workouts in my life, but I love their pre-workout. So we all joke that it's mom crack, right? We're like, it's the only way we get through the day. Anyway, so you don't necessarily have to fit in like the mode of doing all Beachbody programs. Like Amber is a personal trainer. She's doing other workouts as on top of Beachbody stuff. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like, I'm committed to this program and I only do Beachbody and I don't do anything else. There are tons and tons of successful coaches that, like, actually one of my most successful coaches on our team right now, her name's Kimberly Reyes, and she is like a big Orange Theory person. Like, they promoted with her, like, she was a runner and an Orange Theory person, and she switched over and did 80-Day Obsession, and then did a bikini competition with 80-Day Obsession, which is the Beachbody program, and Shakeology, and uses the meal plan. And so she took the meal plan portion, really, of 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme, used that for her when she was doing Orange Theory, and then she finally switched over and did Beachbody workouts. But I'm just saying, like, for a period of time, she was just building her business on the nutrition side. There's just so many things that you can do with it. You don't have to feel pigeonholed that you necessarily have to do it one way. But if you're going to be a Beachbody coach, you need to be doing something Beachbody, or else you're not ever going to sell it, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense when your followers are like, you're like, okay, I'm going to help you, but you don't even use the products. Like, it doesn't make sense for people. So the first thing you just need to decide for yourself is, are you going to do like you're welcome to do the MM100 launch with us and jump in and do MM100 yourself. No matter what program you're doing at the gym, running, whatever, it's only 20 to 30 minutes a day. So it's kind of an easy program to just tack on to something that you're doing if you're a diehard fitness person, right? Because it's not a super huge time commitment. So you just have to decide, how am I going to be proof the product works, and how am I going to share that? Because you're never going to build your Beachbody business unless you're going to start sharing those things and talking about them. You don't necessarily have to, I mean, you guys are all probably way more experienced on social media than I was when I was a new coach, but you know, it's gone is the time where you like post your bag of Shakeology, you know, as a picture. You're like, we just don't do it that way anymore. You do, you know, curiosity marketing where you're drinking something and you're talking about it, but we're not like necessarily pushing it in people's faces. We're connecting with people and then saying, oh yeah, this is Shakeology and this is why I love it, you know? Okay. So you just have to decide, how are you going to be proof the product works? That's the only way this business works as a coach. That's the most important thing. You've got to be proof of some part of the product. The second thing is you have to invite. Okay. You have to, I mean, if you have a big social media presence like Amber has, you are going to get some people just coming to you, right? You're going to get some of that. Okay. But it's really powerful to have something to invite to, whether that's, you know, Amber getting on and saying, here's your chance to work with me one-on-one, without necessarily, you know, she's not necessarily saying, buy this challenge pack, like in her post. She's saying, come and work with me in this challenge or this group, whatever. But you have to invite people. I think sometimes that's a big mistake that people make, is they just say, well, I'm talking about it. Why isn't my business working? Like, why are people buying things? Well, you have to ask them, right? I always tell people, you don't get what you don't ask for. So that's the next step, is decide as a coach how you're going to invite and connect with people. You know, whether that's every day setting aside time for your Beachbody business and going onto your Instagram and messaging every single person that likes your most popular post and saying, hey, this is so-and-so. Thanks for liking my post. I'd love to hear about your goals. Is there a goal you're working on this summer? That's like my favorite line that I use to just get the conversation going and to connect with people, is like, what goal are you looking to, you know, what are you committed to? Like, what do you want to reach? And it makes people think, like, well, what goal do you want to achieve? Because it's not about you. You don't message people and say, oh, hey, I'm doing a group and you should buy Shakeology. That's never the first message I ever sent. It says, hey, I'd love to help you. What is it that you want to do? So that's like the basis of how I connect with everyone, is you always want to make it about them. Like, it's not about you, it's about them. We always joke on our team, what's that show? The quote is like, it's not about you. So we always joke about that. But I'm like, if you're struggling with your invites, take a good look and say, are you making it about you or are you making it about them? You know? So you just have to set aside some time to say, okay, I've put out what I'm doing. I've done a public type invite, like a post or Instagram story or a poll, but then you have to actually invite people and connect with them and find out what they want. And then the magic happens when they say, hey, I just had a baby and I want to lose my baby weight. I have a solution for that, right? Or I am a runner, but I want to put on muscle so that I can do a bikini competition. Guess what? We have a solution for that. Like, Beachbody literally becomes the solution to every goal. So your job as a coach just becomes, well, this is your goal. What can I give you that's Beachbody related that will help you reach your goal? And like I've said, you know, to Amber, the challenge pack with Beachbody On Demand is probably your easiest starter for people because they get Shakeology and they get access to Beachbody on demand. And whether they're at the bottom of fitness or the top of fitness, there's something in there for everyone. But you don't necessarily ever have to feel pigeonholed into selling a challenge pack. If you're, talking to a runner and they're like, oh, I just want to run faster. You're like, okay, well, what are you eating? How's your nutrition? Do you need a post-workout supplement? Do you need a pre-workout for your long runs? So just get familiar with the Beachbody products and decide when you're talking to them about their goals, how you can best help them supplement their goals with Beachbody. It's just learning to be the solution. And this is how you create residual income over time, right? You get people and you don't push them. I've never pushed someone ever. I've been in this business almost 7 years. I've never pushed someone to buy something. Ask Amber how many times I asked her to coach and I was like, okay, when you're ready, I'll be
5 years.
5 years. And you know what? I guess I just trusted, I was doing the work. And so I just was like, well, I'm not going to drag people. I'm going to offer, I'm going to be the solution. And when they're ready, they'll jump, Doesn't mean we can't create natural deadlines and create other things like urgency that they feel like they want to jump. But, you don't have to push people. That's what's cool about Beachbody is there's something in Beachbody for everyone. Even if it's just a mom who's like, I cannot get my kids to eat a dang vegetable. We have a solution for that. We have beach bars that are amazing. We have my kids just this morning were drinking Daily Sunshine. It's like my toddler, when he gets constipated, I'm like, well, you're drinking Daily Sunshine. So there's really a solution for every issue. It's just learning what they are and going for it. And talking to people every single day and being committed to building the business. But you don't have to push. You don't have to stress. You don't have to, be overbearing. You get to use Beachbody as the solution to all of your customers' goals so that you can, over time, build that residual income for yourself. Okay, so be proof the product works. Second, invite to something. So decide what you're going to invite to. Maybe it's just a long-term challenge group and you sell Beachbody on demand. That's awesome. If all you did was sell subscriptions to Beachbody on demand, if you sold 10 of those a month for a year, you would be making more money than you can. Then it would be shocking to you. You can make a 6-figure income just by selling Beachbody on demand and having people renew, because they'll renew at the year mark. And something I've learned about Beachbody on demand is really, it's such a low price point. It's $99 a year. So when it renews, 99% of people just renew. There's not very many people who are like, oh, I don't use it that much, because it's $100 for an entire year. So it's at a price point, which I feel like people, honestly, they renew every single year. So just think about it. If all you did was share a Beachbody workout that you love, sell Beachbody on demand, and build up customers over a year, next year in July, all those people that you started with will renew. Or even if 75% of them renew, that's just residual income in your pocket as you build and build and build and build. So you just have to decide, what do you want to invite to? Launches are fun because it's new and fun and fresh and it's all over social media. And Beachbody does a lot of the marketing for you because it's their new program. So that's a fun way to jump in and start, but it's not necessarily what you have to do. Okay, so the third vital behavior for a coach is personal development. So this is a funny thing because I really did not believe in this when I first started as a coach. I'm like, personal what? Like, I have to read a self-help book? No, thanks. I really didn't care because I really didn't come in with a business mind. Like, Amber is coming in looking at this with a business brain. And I love and respect that about her so much because that's what she wants from the get-go. But I I was just a mom, like selling workouts. I had no clue. So it took me a while to really understand the power of personal development. And so by personal development, I mean, find a podcast about growing a business or whatever you're struggling with in your life, whether it's motivation, finances, whatever. I want you to find a podcast or a book and read it and just commit to do it every single day for even 10 minutes in your car while you drive. I mean, there's a million recommendations I could give you. A couple of the ones that I love that I've read are The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, and recently High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. So Brendon Burchard is also one of my favorites. But there's tons of podcasts on business, on, motivation, whatever. But feed your mind, feed your motivation to build a business, because it's really easy to fizzle and it's really easy to just doubt yourself or to be like, well, this is a mess, or that didn't go as I planned, and to give up. But I can tell you 7 years in from someone who had no clue how to build a business, it has been so worth just sticking it out. Just saying, okay, I'm going to figure this out. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm in it. And I will tell you 7 years later, I am 100% confident that Beachbody is not going anywhere. They have rolled out program after program after program and they're bringing in a new guy trainer. We don't know who it is yet. They're going to announce that at Summit, which is our big convention. So that's in July. So that will get announced in July. They're constantly trying to stay ahead of the curve, right? We went from DVDs to Beachbody On Demand in the last couple of years. So they're constantly giving us new stuff. They're supposed to be releasing collagen peptides to our catalog that we can sell. They're so committed to giving us what people want and need right now, that it's kind of just like a no-brainer business. It really is, if you'll just commit to it and learn it and figure out how it works for you. But personal development is what keeps your head in the game. So you can report to Amber what you're going to read or listen to, or, and then it gives you stuff to share on your social media too. When you're growing yourself, it's like that energy is contagious, that positivity is contagious, and it draws people to you. So that's the third thing. The fourth vital behavior is recognition. So for a new coach, recognition, when you have a big team and you're recognizing people for doing stuff, that's one thing. But when you're a new coach, you're like, well, how do I recognize people? Shout out people on social media that you like do a follow Friday and say, hey, I really love this account. Go follow them, because then their followers will come follow you. So find ways to shout people out in your community, like your online community or your challenge group. If you have a little group and someone's checked in and done their workout every single day, shout them out on Sunday in the group. Find ways to encourage your customers, because those end up becoming your coaches that build your team, that grow your business over time. So that's kind of our last one. But so those are just like the basics of what you need to start with. And then just like sitting down with yourself and saying, okay, how am I going to use this myself? How am I going to invite people? What do I want to do? And how am I going to hold myself accountable? Amber's your coach. So that means you can write out when you're going to work, what you're going to do every day. And let Amber know. Say, Amber told me, these are my hours when I'm going to work Beachbody. And I said, that's gold. Like, it's gold if you just tell yourself from 12 to 2, I'm working Beachbody every single day. And it doesn't even necessarily mean that you know exactly what that's going to look like. It just means that those are your hours that you're dedicating to figuring this out. So, and it really isn't that hard. It literally is doing it yourself, inviting people to join you, rinse and repeat over and over.
The hardest part is breaking past the mental barriers and the fear of failure.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
which is
Like
why we
knowing
have
that-
personal development and we have each other as a team, as a coach,
Right.
you know, like that's my job for Amber to just say, no, Amber, stick this out. It's worth it. Like, keep going, stay in it. Like, and the truth is this is something I learned because I was the most fearful coach you can imagine. Like, I was so afraid to ask people to spend money. I was terrified. But what I realized is no one's going to fire you. This is all your thing. You get to do it however you want. I mean, there is some things that Beachbody says you can't do. Like, you're not supposed to work multiple MLMs, like whatever. But generally speaking, you can make this looks however you want, and no one's going to fire you. No one's going to say you didn't work this week, so you're done, So there's really no way to fail. And once I realized that, I was like, oh, there's really no wrong way to do it. You just have to keep showing up and, chipping away with the hammer, So it is just the mental game, like Amber said. It's, am I going to stay in it? Am I going to figure it out? And using your support. Me, Amber, our team page, our Miracle Tribe team page, there's so many amazing human beings in there. They're all amazing. Really.
You're gonna open up the group for the MM100 information.
Yes.
On what day?
So we'll open that next week after we, as a team, start our team challenge, because we're going to do the workouts for 10 days starting on the 2nd.
Okay.
And then I'm going to encourage everybody to share. And as we share, we need a place for people to drop people who get interested with us sharing. Right. So,
right.
So yeah, that will be open next week. And then we can use that group to just share information until it actually launches. And then when they buy, then we can move them into like a long-term MM100 challenge group.
Do you know what you're going to call it? Do you have the name for the group yet?
I don't know what the launch group is called. I'll post it in the team page so everybody can add themselves. And then I don't know what we'll call the MM1. I mean, we'll probably just call it something with MM100 just so that people can easily identify it. But
okay, so you want to just kind of like us to start promoting it, start dropping kind of little seeds now, and then next week be ready to move them into the information group.
Yes. So right now, as far as MM100 goes, there is, am I recording going? Yeah, it is. There's the free workout that you can do, and you can send that to whoever you want. There's the Vimeo link, and if they have Beachbody On Demand already, they can do it on Beachbody On Demand. The free, like teaser workout so you can do that, but there's only one workout, So it kind of limits you on how much you can, you can't, unless you want to do it every single day, but you can talk about it and you can say, hey, I did this free workout. I love it. I get to start the next. And honestly, if you want to promote the idea that if they sign up as a coach, they can do the workouts on the 2nd. So you could do that as well.
And then don't they get a discount too? Isn't it like $20 off of it or something? Yes.
So it makes their monthly Shakeology cheaper.
Okay.
So they, if they wanted to sign up as a coach on the 2nd, they could start the workouts. They could do the first 10 workouts on the 2nd if they sign up.
And all they have to do is just be a discount coach, like literally just to get the discount.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's totally one way you could promote it, to sign people up on the 2nd. And then you can kind of switch gears and promote it the other way. Granted, I always offer them when I sign people up with a challenge pack. I say, okay, do you want to just sign up with a coach account or a regular account? Because if you sign up with a coach account, if you buy anything extra, it's going to save you money. Like pre-workout, post-workout, anything extra from there on out, they're going to save 25%. So,
right.
And I just tell them, if you decide you don't want the account, you can cancel a coach account at any time. You're not married to it. So it is a nice way to sign people up. But obviously they don't have to. But yeah, they could start it on the 2nd with all of us if they wanted to do it that way. So
okay,
you can totally promote it that way as well. So hopefully I didn't overwhelm you guys. I know it's a lot of information. But the truth is no one's firing you, and you just got to jump in and go for it. And the best way to do that is to do it yourself. Just say, okay, I'm going to do MM100 with the team, and we'll do that, and we'll promote it, and we'll go from there. So it's a fun and easy way to jump in and ride the wave of the launch. So
perfect. And we should receive an email with the link for us to purchase when it's released? Or...
You should just be able to log into your back office and go to shop and buy it. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you, as a coach, since you guys already probably all have BOD, Beachbody On Demand, and Shakeology, all you have to buy to get access to that is the accessory pack. So I think it's $49 for coaches. And you get the cool 100 days journal. You're going to get the meal plan. You're going to get all the printable stuff, and then you're going to get access to the workouts. So that's kind of nice as coaches. You already have Beachbody On Demand. So you just have to buy the accessory pack. Same with your customers who already have Beachbody On Demand. We have two things that they can do. They can buy a completion pack. So if they're not already on Shakeology, if they're just on Beachbody On Demand, they can buy a MM100 completion pack, which will give them all the MM100 stuff and Shakeology. Or if they already have Shakeology and Beachbody On Demand, they can just buy the accessory pack like you and then unlock those workouts. And then those workouts will, in October, they will be available to everyone who has a Beachbody On Demand subscription. So they're just the VIP access. You have to buy the accessory pack early to have access in July rather than October. So the cool thing about that is that we kind of get a double launch effect. So we launch in July with the VIP access, and then we'll kind of do this again and restart a group in October when everybody on BOD can use it.
Okay.
So, and then even then, a lot of people will buy the completion packs or the accessory pack when they have BOD, when they get access to the program in October. So
perfect.
Anyway, it kind of gives us a chance to launch it twice, which is kind of cool. So yeah. Does anybody have questions? Amber, Kelly, questions?
No, I need to send this to all the other coaches.
Yeah, I'll upload it to YouTube and get you a link.
Perfect. And I'll just have them review it, and then I think it's great that we're going to have a place where all the information is going to be, and then other coaches are going to place their clients into that location too, so that way they're feeding off of each other.
Yeah, and it just makes it fun, and you'd feel like you don't have to do it by yourself. And that
because that can be overwhelming. Like I have two groups right now. I have like 24 people in one and 23 in another, and just making sure that I'm like keeping up with both the groups and all the information. So I think it'd be really good to do like a bigger group where there's a lot of coaches and we can all kind of help each other.
Yeah. Well, and when you're doing a program specific group like this, it's really, it just makes it really fun for the people who are doing that program rather than, like a long-term group where everybody's doing different things. It's like, if you're going to commit, it's fun to be committed with a lot of people,
Yeah.
So it makes it really fun.
Okay, perfect.
So details coming. As far as you guys are concerned, be ready to jump on that boat on Tuesday on the 2nd and buy your thing and do the challenge in the team page. So there'll be one post in the team page for you to post your sweaty selfie or your Instagram video. And then that will just get you in the raffle. So it's
on just the Miracle Tribe or the Miracle Tribe Challenge?
The Miracle Tribe, because the Miracle Tribe Challenge has people in it that aren't coaches.
Okay.
It has both. A lot of them are coaches, but not all of them are. And so Miracle Tribe is where we do like our business stuff. And so we're doing it in there because it's just for our team to help people have some confidence to do it themselves and to post about it. That's kind of the idea, is to get coaches excited and posting about it. So that's why we're doing that. So watch for that. And then let me know if you guys have any questions. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Thanks, Missy, so much. I appreciate you.
Sure.
All right, just shoot me the link for the YouTube video.
Yep, I'll get it uploaded later today, and then I'll shoot it over to you.
All right, thanks, honey.
All right. Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.